Hey everybody, Spagurgle here again, and as you can see I'm in another base that I've made. I've named this one Sky Base. I'm going to show you a few tricks to building this. I'm not going to build the whole thing because it took me about 6 hours and many deaths. One of the first things you're going to need is a friend, but I've worked out how to do this without a friend just for recording this video. You can see it's a nice little base that I've got in here. Go up to the roof of the base. Up on my roof, I've laid down one of the doors, the same method I used to make the elevator, which I've still got to make a video for you guys so you can see. And we got a little helicopter up here. Close those doors up. Yeah, this is Skybase. You'll understand why it's called Skybase in a second. There you go, you can see we're up in the sky. Kind of. Now it's not glitched, it's using physics to build it up here. But a new game mechanic that they've added in what version is this? 2.5.2. Pretty sure they added it in this version. You can sling load building materials. I'll show you roughly how I built this. Explain it anyway. But what I've done, I've managed to place a floor on top of this radio tower and 6 cinder walls. Didn't work with stud work. They seemed to fall off, but cinder balanced half and half on the floors quite well. Then just put another grid and it's pretty much basic building from then on up. But here we go, we'll go over to a different radio tower. I've got one just over there. And I'll show you how to do this. It's pretty simple. You need to put the building part, i.e. a floor, in build mode. Which is why you need a second person preferably. They can hold it in build mode, you can hover over it, and you can pick it up. But we don't have a second person, so do it a different way. As you can tell, I'm not the best pilot, so I've got basic flight physics on doing this. That advanced flight with the throttle control screws me up. I can't hover, I can't fly properly with that. I'm not a pilot. Here we go. Just load this chopper down here for a minute. Engine off. Use my admin menu to spawn me a couple of floors. You'd obviously have to go chop the trees down yourself. There's another thing they've added. If you are an admin on the server and you're sat in a vehicle and you spawn give to self, it now spawns in the vehicle, which is pretty handy. So, get out. Got plenty of energy as per usual. Plop these floors into the real world. Plop. There's one. There's 2. Now to do this on your own, you've got to be quick because it's got to stay in build mode. As you see, you've got the build mode timers ticking away. I'm probably not going to be able to pick them up this time. But what I've worked out, an easy way of doing it, hop in the co-pilot. Take controls, turn the engine on, these controls, get out, and put this back in build mode. And the heli's already spooled up, ready for me to winch it. Move it a little bit closer to the heli as well. Where is the heli? Heli. I just drop it there. Pop back in as co-pilot. Take controls. And we're airborne. Now whilst the timer's still ticking, I can hover over it and hook her up. Away we go. As soon as you're flying and you're airborne, and the timer's still ticking, but it doesn't matter. The timer doesn't count anymore. It's like stuck in permanent build mode. What you can do, you can fly on up here. Get it roughly where you want it. Doesn't have to be exact. And unhook. Look at that. Landed. On top of the radio tower. Now there's a bit of an issue. I need to put that in build mode and place it properly. Because at the moment, it's not really built. Because I picked it up in build mode and didn't release it. But if I left that for a server restart, it would appear back on the floor down here. Not sure why, but that's just how it works. So what I've done to sort this out on myself, release controls, get out, hit the second floor. Okay. Release it. We can get back in the chopper. So, not in the bench seat, you fool. I'll just go as pilot this time, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, again, just hover over it and put your winch down. And away you go. Picked it up again. And this is again where you would need a friend. You'd preferably want somebody flying the chopper, somebody building. But being an admin, I can demonstrate this without a friend. So it's roughly lined up where I want it. Well, it's lined up. Unhook it and land on it. Simple as that. You get out, and then your friend flies off in the chopper. So yeah, my friend flew off in the chopper. I didn't delete it, honestly. And what you want to do, as I said, you've got to put it in build mode, so it doesn't disappear after server reset. Pick it back up, just like you would normally. Spit it around how you want it. Now, did you notice the floor underneath me was wobbling then? It's not solid yet. What I'm trying to do, because I'm a little bit OCD, I want to line this up nice and centrally with this radio tower. Gotta be so careful that you don't fall off the edge. And looks pretty good. So one, release it, and the build timer's all the way down there on the floor for some strange reason. Just let that go. Check how well lined up we are with this radio tower. No, it's not quite perfectly square, but it'll do for the demonstration. I'm a little bit OCD. Now that this one's timer's gone, and pick the one up from underneath that has no timer yet. I'm going to hold home as the timer's going off to push it away from me as fast as possible. It's snap next to that floor. Put in build mode 2 now. Again, page up a little bit so it's above this floor. This time I want to get it perfectly central with that, so I'm going to bring it closer to me. Hold Q to square it up with me. Just using those two little nibs of the radio tower to... There we go, that looks pretty parallel. Bring it as far back as I can go and end it to about there. That looks pretty centralized. So one, drop it again. Stand on it and wait for the timer to go. There we go. Timer's gone on this one, so I'm going to pick that one up from underneath again. hold home again to push it away from me as soon as I pick it up because I'm underneath it. Now, I don't want this one anymore, so I'll just drop it. Don't need it. Bye. And this one is sat one floor too high at the moment. So, pick it up in build mode. This is where it gets dodgy. As soon as that timer's gone, I'm going to drop it again. Here we go. Dropped it. And now it's sat down. It's using physics to sit on top of the radio tower. It's as solid as it will ever be. And it's pretty close to being central. Could go a little bit more to the left. That's the basics of it. You can winch floors and stud work with the little bird, but cinder stuff you need a mohawk or an orca. I tried it with a mohawk, and I could pick up all the cinder walls with a mohawk. Yeah, that's basically it. You can fly stuff with a heli. Put it in build mode first, then pick it up whilst the timer's still going. The cheaty admin. Back on the floor. Again, that's when your friend would come in and he'd come pick you up and drop you off. That's how you build a sky base, people. Pick stuff up with a heli. Hope you've learned something. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Catch you later, guys.